Eh, salut YouTube. On va voir ce qui se passe dans la maison. Comment está dans la casa?
Look at the ash all over the door. I don't recall hearing of a fire.
We don't have to stay here. You can afford another night or two at the hotel.
It's stuck.
Oh well, let's just head back. They probably haven't even stripped our room yet.
Come on. Must be locked.
Move aside. Let me have a go. Seems fine to me, Sherry. This barrier, perhaps it's mental, not physical.
Or perhaps the rest of us are simply constrained by reality, John. I wonder if there's a key secreted somewhere in the garden.
Take a look around, Sherlock. I'm sure you'll discover something.
Oh putain de merde. Trouver la clé. Là déjà j'ai vu des pantins. Ok.
I did not expect these to still be here. It was enjoyable to practice using real handcuffs to make an arrest.
Hey, that's Wooden Joe. He was always the best at playing criminals.
And this must be the reason our suspect was apprehended. Wood and glass, oh, very precious.
Et une épée. Mais voilà.
An irreplaceable tool for catching a thief. Funny. Wooden Joe reminds me of the trouble we once got in with the police. Do you remember, John?
Somewhat. Maybe we can recall more details.
Ah! Ok. Voilà. Ça, j'aurais tout fait. Il y a une annexe ici.
Why does this barn give me such an unpleasant feeling?
Oh, I know. It's because Mycroft used an axe to shoo you out of here. It scarred you for life, but I enjoyed it.
Putain, elle est où la clé? Mais bordel. Arrête. Oh, je t'en supplie. Ok. Là, y a rien, là, y a rien. Ah. Bah où est-ce qu'elle peut être cachée cette clé?
A manor all to ourselves. Can you believe it, Sherry? I have so many ideas.
Oh! Bonjour.
The policeman brought us both home, John. That's why he was here.
I'm pretty sure he brought something else with him too. Do you remember what it was? I bet it was our reward.
No, we were not so lucky. It was a set of lockpicks that we had used to sneak into someone's house. That's why we were arrested.
Did someone come out to investigate all the commotion?
It was Mycroft. He smoothed things over and convinced the policeman not to press charges. The officer left and never returned. But we had to endure a serious talking to from my brother. Mycroft wasn't happy about the fact that we were arrested. It felt like he lectured us for hours.
Did we give him something afterwards, Sherry?
Oh, yes. Yes, now I remember. It was a letter. That's why we snuck into the house. Mycroft asked us to. He wasn't angry we stole, but that we got caught.
Oh, that's right. It must have been only a couple of months after we moved to Cordona. Ugh, the good old days. Whoa.
How very odd. It appears that memory stood between me and the manor. It's as if my mind palace had seeped into the real world. This deserves further investigation. Perhaps there's more to discover inside.
As long as there is a comfortable place to put my feet up, I'll be happy. Maybe a chaise longue.
Aha! In we go.
Ok, il y a déjà une lettre déjà. C'est cramé.
Home sweet home, Sherry.
Holmes, suite Holmes. Mais pourquoi il y a un parapluie déjà?
Mycroft's umbrella. The only outgoing thing in his wardrobe.
Ok.
One of the first things I saw when entering this house as a child. It's like déjà vu.
Déjà vu. Annonce de vente aux enchères. Nous avons été mandatés pour organiser une vente aux enchères publiques le 20 juillet au manoir de Stonewood. Tous les lots ont été sélectionnés parmi les pièces de la plus haute qualité appartenant à la famille Holmes et ont été évalués par des experts. Leur authenticité est confirmée.
I was wondering why it's so empty in here.
There may be a small chance that some of our property could be found among local traders' wares. It is worth a look, wouldn't you say?
Vous trouverez aux quatre coins de l'île différents marchands de mobilier vendant des articles pour votre manoir. Leur inventaire est fréquemment actualisé, alors restez à l'affût des notifications indiquant une nouvelle livraison sur votre carte. Ouais, la carte, ouais, on s'en fout. Des trucs visu. Oh, là.
I remember how angry Mycroft was about these marks. He called it a frivolous, childish endeavor. Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Another memory incoming, Sherry.
Strange. I struggle to recall anything about the day we moved in. The only detail I'm sure of is that it was raining early that morning. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
Ok. 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 Ok, y a rien.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There
Qu'est-ce
must
qu'il
be
doit
something
faire
important
maintenant?
behind it. I can feel it.
Ah. Voilà. Hop là.
Our mother brought a slew of belongings with her. She refused to leave a single thing in London. Mycroft had to spend the whole day dealing with it. There was always a hat on our stand, but I'm sure it did not belong to Mycroft.
Bon alors, maman, t'invites qui à la maison? Quoi ce bordel?
This trip was a challenge for our mother. I tried to help her.
Do you feel it? Is it the air shimmering, or is it my imagination?
Alors, il se passe des trucs. Qui est cet individu? C'est Mycroft? Ouais, non. Ah! Fort bien. Ok. Le Mycroft. Ça c'est docteur, on s'en fout. Je crois que c'est un docteur. Non, il a dit que Mycroft il était occupé toute la journée. Ça c'est la daronne. Oh, ah putain. Est-ce que c'est moi qui l'aide ou est-ce que c'est le docteur? À mon avis, s'il me pointe du doigt, c'est que ça doit être moi. Oh là là, first try.
Suffering from tuberculosis. It is common to move closer to the sea in such cases.
Thank you, Dr. Richter. No, Sherlock, step away from her. Upstairs, go to your room.
Lean on me, Mother. Take your time.
Actually, I never heard her coughing. I remember now.
Je suis un génie. Nous sommes arrivés en Cordona. Nous sommes arrivés à l'aube d'un jour pluvieux. La mère de Sherlock était faible et gardait un équilibre précaire et il a donc essayé de l'aider. Mycroft prenait la gestion des bagages très au sérieux. Quand il a aperçu Sherlock en train d'aider leur mère, il lui a ordonné de monter dans notre chambre. La dernière personne à arriver était le médecin Otto Richter, qui a déclaré que les voisins n'auront aucun mal à croire que Violette avait la tuberculose. Sherlock vient de réaliser qu'il ne l'avait jamais entendu tousser.
Oh, I feel dizzy. It's stuffy in here, isn't it?
John, are you all right?
I'll be okay in a minute. How about we find our room in the meantime?
Hey, this is the luggage we brought from London, isn't it?
Parfait, on a ouvert une... Ah, j'avais pas vu ça.
Another one. There must be something important.
Ok.
I can feel it.
Mais en tout cas, on a ouvert une porte en haut, laquelle... Pas celle-ci. Celle-ci, celle-ci. Salut.
At this, it's like traveling 10 years into the past with a single step. Oddly satisfying. The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity.
Ok.
Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
Journal. Hop là, une pièce d'échec. C'est une clé. Et...
This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
The only fiction book on my table. can still hear my mother reading it to me. So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana. A
Allez!
magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely
This
found
time
better
I
use
was first to pick beds. You mean for spying on people? Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
Putain, voilà. Les gars, ils comprennent pas quand tu leur dis non. Déjà, c'est et les mecs, ils appellent avec un 06.
I'll never forget how challenging it was to obtain this simple sketch.
Oh, le chien!
Well, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets.
Easy.
Perfect match.
Perfect match. La pipe de Sherlock. Le nom d'une
Still has
pipe
a
en
faint
bois.
odor of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. Made of cherry wood, father's favorite.
Une petite pipe droite en bois de cerisier qui appartenait autrefois à feu Seeger Holmes, le père de Sherlock. Nous avons dû la cacher des yeux de Violette car il ignorait que nous l'avions volée dans son cabinet à Londres. Le bois est vieux et sa surface est abîmée par des années d'usage fréquent, mais elle a bien été entretenue. Une faible odeur de tabac s'en dégage encore. Sherlock a pris la pipe de son père avec lui. Je perçois qu'elle a pour lui une grande valeur sentimentale. Alors, est-ce que c'est réel Seeger ou est-ce qu'ils ont inventé? D'ailleurs, même Violette, il faudrait que je regarde. C'est un personnage de fiction. Ouais, et sa femme était... ouais, c'est ça. La Violette. Ouais, c'est tout à fait ça. Ça correspondra.
My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
Bravo! T'en dis quoi, grand?
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Je joue au basket.
Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favorite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure.
Ah ça, j'ai pas fait la montgolfier.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here.
This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Pas les mentales. Bien que je n'ai rien sur la mort de mère, je me souviens d'un ami que nous avions en Corona. Il pourrait nous aider. Tout à fait. C'est lui. Je n'ai actuellement aucune information sur la mort de ma mère, mais je me souviens d'un vieil ami. La famille vivait aussi en Cordona, un homme excentrique répondant au nom de Theodore Gilden. Il lui manquait l'auriculaire à la main droite, et s'il réside encore ici, il pourra peut-être m'éclairer sur les circonstances de la mort de ma mère. À l'époque, il habitait une des maisons du voisinage près du pont de Grèce, et il gardait une montgolfière dans le
Wasn't that neighbour
jardin.
missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.
Bon, ça doit être quelqu'un là. Pont de Grèce, c'est que des maisons là. Enfin, il y en a qu'une. Putain. Quand je parle de 3, ça me fait tousser. Ah, bordel de cul. Oh ben la montgolfier, elle est là. Mais qu'est-ce qu'ils ont tous là? Oh putain. C'est le saccage.
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
Destruction and trampled ground.
Oh! Attends, l'auriculaire, c'est lequel? Le pouce, l'index, le majeur, le millaire, l'auriculaire, ouais, c'est le petit doigt. Mais il lui manque à lui. Ça va, frère?
Oof.
Tu te sens bien?
Perfectionist you were.
Ah, mais c'est lui. Il manque l'auriculaire. Regarde.
A missing pinky, middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden.
Mais c'est con, ça. Comme
Destroyed
par
in
hasard.
vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off. A belt from a dressing gown. Curious. A kneecap reduced to splinters.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police.
He was certainly under pressure.
Ha 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 ha. Quelle blagounette. Ah, il y avait un truc ici. Du caca. C'est un éléphant.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
A strong pull broke this leash.
Ok. Il me manque un truc, mais quoi? Bah le sang.
A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence.
Utilisez L2 pour activer votre appareil photo.
This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation.
He was certainly under pressure.
Hog heaven.
Mais c'est vrai, c'est stylé. Un couteau.
It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding. A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship.
Je dois trouver un truc sur le couteau.
A sailor's knife useful for cutting wet and thick ropes.
Ok. Planche pétée.
Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Ah, ok, ouais. Oh, je vois. Faut que j'aille là. C'est quoi? Ah. Quand par hasard, le seul mec qu'on trouve qui peut nous aider, il est mort. Nous y sommes. C'est où? Hey. Mais bordel de cul. Ah. Est-ce qu'il se passe des trucs ici? Non. Bonjour.
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or Nosebaggerspun's local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? there are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things. I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Oh! Pas trop près, madame. Hein. Alors. C'était il y a 10 ans. Attends, mais non, quelle date? Comment on voit la date? Ah, année actuelle, ok. Oh, une. Ok, ouais. J'étais presque. Hein. Le Seigneur du règne animal. Le Seigneur du règne animal. Écrit par le docteur Ian Manzi. Ok. Seuls quelques rares élus peuvent se targuer d'avoir aperçu la créature la plus étrange et merveilleuse de cette planète. L'éléphant. Connu pour son statut du plus grand animal terrestre, cet être est aussi colossal qu'amical. Nous enchante tous par sa taille, son intelligence et ses facultés de communication. Les éléphants font partie des mammifères, tout comme nous autres humains, et sont originaires d'Asie et d'Afrique. En dépit de ses pattes massives qui peuvent atteindre entre 48 et 63 cm chez les mâles adultes, l'éléphant se révèle très agile et sa trompe préhensile lui permet d'ailleurs de faire preuve d'une surprenante dextérité. Les éléphants forment de forts liens émotionnels avec les êtres qui leur sont chers. Certains scientifiques ont même rapporté avoir vu chez ces nobles animaux des signes de deuil ou de joie. La question n'est donc peut-être pas de savoir à quel point les éléphants nous ressemblent, mais plutôt à quel point nous leur ressemblons. Et voilà. Bon, ça se passe en 1800, c'est rigolo. Merde, pardon pour la tousse. Goliath a peut-être tué Theodore. Goliath l'éléphant a peut-être attaqué Theodore et Gilden pour pouvoir s'échapper de son enclos. Peut-être ou peut-être pas. Ok. Ouais. Ouais, et ensuite, et alors, faire quoi? Salut.
I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Cochon. Wesh. C'est quoi tu portes? Pourquoi c'est transparent? Alors je peux faire un voyage rapide? C'est quoi? Ah. Vas-y, je me déplace rapidement. C'est que ça va foutre. Est-ce que... Ah, j'en ai marre de tousser, ça fait chier. Ça va faire 3 semaines, sa mère. Bon, est-ce que j'ai une enquête à résoudre maintenant, là? C'est bon. Ah bah là-bas, il y a un truc. Bravo. Bon. Est-ce que ce sera du first try? C'est faisable. C'est totalement faisable. Mais ça, c'en est la conséquence. Ça peut être ça, hein. C'est pas clair. Hein. Ah. Ah, c'est... Ah, putain, c'est terrible. Est-ce qu'il est venu avec sa robe de chambre? Enfin, une ceinture de robe de chambre. Alors, est-ce que c'est ça? Mais il l'a attrapé, il n'y a pas de trace de sang. Ça veut dire que non, il l'a tué, il y aurait des traces de sang. S'il l'a traîné là-bas, c'est pas possible. Ça, c'est probable là aussi. À mon avis, il y a quelque chose qui l'a énervé, il a voulu le calmer. Putain. Vite à boire. Non, il nous a pas pris, on est défoncé, donc à mon avis il nous a écrabouillé comme ça. Il s'est barré pour... Ouais, aussi c'est possible. Ah, ouais. Lui il était derrière, il se fait goumer. Allez, on valide.
You're not even trying,
Ah.
Concentrate.
Il a pas pu fuir parce qu'il s'est pris la porte. Il a voulu faire un truc lui. Donc paf, il s'est cogné, la collision. On est d'accord. Donc il est pas rentré. Ça peut pas être ça. C'est ça? Il a déposé?
You're not even trying,
non.
Sherry. Concentrate.
Pour moi, c'est pas ça. Alors c'est ça? Puis il l'a déposé ici.
In
Voilà.
a fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body with it, but dropped it at the gate. At least some of this was witnessed by a third party who was hurled against the shed. The elephant can't have gone too far. I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it. Then what? Push it all the way back to the manor?
Salut les gueux. Attends.
Who's it?
May I ask for your assistance?
That's a question I can answer.
L'éléphant répondant au nom de Goliath a traversé le pont de Grèce en direction de la forêt. Tac. Et cimetière. Là c'est là où on était. La forêt c'est où? Oh l'esquive d'ultra instinct mon gars.
Hello.
Hello. Le pont de Grèce. Là? Ah! Theodore Gilden. Je veux dire qu'il y a moyen qu'il y ait quelque chose ici. C'est pas vraiment une forêt, mais vas-y. Faut que j'observe. Ah, là, il y a du feu. Pourquoi? Normal, ça? Et du caca. Comment je l'ai trouvé cet idiot? Aïe! Monter par là? Et après? Ah mais il y a un truc là! Je l'ai pas vu.
Strange. It was hung with care. The game has escaped us, for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later.
Ben voilà. Cher Théodore, je vous écris en qualité de résidence sur cette île. J'ai, pour notre amitié, le même respect que celui que j'éprouve pour la vie de mes concitoyens, bien que je craigne que cette amitié à sens unique ne puisse restreindre mes gestes le plus longtemps. Tout cela me fait paraître faible aux yeux de vos voisins. Ils considèrent que votre arbre est une moquerie et non pas un gage de réconciliation comme vous le souhaitiez. Les habitants ont peur. Vous refusez de donner à votre éléphant un dresseur digne de ce nom et préférez vous en charger vous-même dans les limites de vos connaissances. Cette situation n'a aucune issue. Je dois admettre que j'ai pensé à vous retirer l'éléphant de force afin de le confier à Monsieur Taillard, qui a démontré sa capacité à s'occuper de l'éléphantine, même si cette dernière est beaucoup moins effrayante que votre monstre. Veuillez reconsidérer la situation. Sir William Sinclair, gouverneur de Cordona. Et ben voilà. Quelqu'un a assisté au drame chez Gilden. Cette personne a fait tomber son couteau et a assisté au combat. Ok. J'ai trouvé un jeu de clé dans la robe de chambre de machin. Oui, donc il va falloir aller. Il va falloir retourner ici. Donc on se déplace rapide. Ouais, il est déjà 3h30, sa mère. Alors, est-ce que ça ouvre la porte là? Eh oui, bravo. Eh ben, c'est pas chier les riches, hein. Ok, mais ça. Oh, bonjour. Comment tu vas? C'est bon, tu prends juste des photos, casse pas les couilles. C'est pas toi qui es sur le terrain à te faire buter.
This young lady has a childish interest for her age.
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Des preuves déjà?
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.
Ok.
I've nothing to say about this. I don't have any thoughts on this.
Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl. And my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out
Ouais,
there.
connasse,
You've never
va.
heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Je t'aide et
Please,
tu m'aides
Mr.
pas.
Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of
Grosse
anything.
pute. Sale riche, va. Connasse. Pour qui que c'est que tu te prends? Bazooka.
False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary.
Bazinga.
She packed as much as she could carry.
Succum.
The same dull poses on all romantic photographs. So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk.
Ouais, tu veux me dire quoi?
You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think.
Mhm.
A commendable effort to barricade the windows. These bags of yours, it looks as if you've packed your entire room. Were you planning on going somewhere?
My partner and I, we wanted a change, a fresh start abroad. But now I have to stay here. Here, an orphan.
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the SHCO Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit.
Ok, t'en penses quoi des
Can you
livres?
read something like this? It's hard to swallow, and that's not due to the hard cover.
You're hardly serious. Any library without Nabe and Laura is incomplete. If you can read, then these books are an absolute must. Love and adventure. They're about life.
Oh, I wasn't aware that exploding pyramids were a part of daily life on Cordona.
You haven't seen life, so you might try reading about it at least.
Ok. Ah. Ouf. Bah ça on lira plus tard, Inch'Allah, hein, comme on dit. Ok. Il y a quoi dans la chambre de ton papounet?
The nicest spot in the room. Mr. Gilden spent hours of his life right here.
Staring at an elephant's backside. What a wonderful life.
Ah, là, c'est vu. Ok. Le tampon. Un doigt. Ah, c'est le doigt de Koudou.
A relatively functional choice to replace the finger. Oh, the pungent stench of an animal.
Ok.
Did Theodore seek some pink elephants with this?
2 sur 4. Ah oui, je peux me déplacer, c'est vrai.
I think they were closer than you and me, John.
I'm hurt.
Ok. Ah bah. Il y a une autre photo ici.
I think Miss Gilden has barely matured.
Bravo, Sherlock. Ok. Quoi d'autre? Ok, on a un plan. Ah. Donc un tampon.
A partnership annulled with a single stroke of a pen. What's so special about this place? Another elephant?
Ah.
A catchy title. I should take a photograph of the plans. I don't want to carry them around.
Voilà. Ah, il y a des trucs là. Là aussi. L'homme aux éléphants. Cordona Chronicle 1875. Un riche habitant du quartier, Theodore Gilden, 55 ans, a acheté un éléphant d'Inde auprès d'un cirque itinérant. Il s'agit d'une chance merveilleuse. Il n'y a personne d'autre sur cette île qui puisse fournir un foyer plus confortable à cet éléphant. Ce sera un vrai paradis pour une noble créature. Cet animal ne sera plus enfermé sous une tente avec des clowns. Il sera désormais mon compagnon, mon deuxième enfant, et je protégerai. Ne sois pas jaloux, peuple de Cordona. Je suis ton meilleur citoyen, a déclaré M. Gilden. Seul le temps nous dira s'il s'agit d'une folie estivale ou non. L'élite de Cordona résidant aux alentours sera certainement choquée d'apprendre la nouvelle, et pis encore, d'entendre les terribles barrissements de la bête. Mais elle devra bien accepter l'excentricité de l'un des plus puissants citoyens de Cordona. Au moins, nous pouvons maintenant affirmer que même les plus riches de notre île ont leurs problèmes, tout comme le reste d'entre nous.
His second child, an apparent son and heir, I'd say. Quite the spectrum. From the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution. Mother.
Mère.
It's nice to see her young and smiling. From before Mycroft was born, our family loves to prod at the past.
Holmes's desire to rake up the past is hereditary.
Ok, on a tout fait ici, je pense qu'il faut nous rendre au club de Yoast. C'est là. Ah, je peux pas aller vite? Oh putain, sa mère. Oh. Bon, bah va falloir aller à pied. Hein. Le club de Yoast. Yacht. Ah, la musique des anciens Sherlock Holmes. De Frogware aussi. Sherlock contre le Jack l'Éventreur. J'ai pas fait contre Arsène Lupin, je crois que je l'ai... Faut que je regarde sur Steam. Tiens, attends, je vais démarrer Steam. Je crois que je l'ai pas. Mais je crois qu'il y a un bug. J'avais lu sur... Je crois qu'il y a un bug dans le jeu là, à l'entrepôt. On peut plus avancer. Je crois que c'est celui-là. Attends, bibliothèque. Non mais pas à jour, je suis en stream, connard. Ah, Exanima, il y a une mise à jour. Tiens, je voulais jouer tout à l'heure. Et même sur Undead, il y a une mise à jour. Oh, c'est incroyable. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, Crime et Punishment, Nemesis. C'est lequel celui-là? Ah. Mais c'est contre Arsène Lupin. Attends. Page du magasin. Ah oui? Bah oui. Ah. Alors oui, je crois que c'est celui-là qui bug. Discussion. Ah, c'est où? C'est où, bordel? Consultez les discussions. Is it possible to invert the mouse? How to fix the field of safe? The truth about the British Museum safe bug. Do not need to reset the safe. If your safe is not resetting, it is not a bug. Nice Batman Easter egg about the game. Can't play. Ok. Sherlock Holmes The Awakened 2008, Devil's Doctor, The Secret of the Silver Earring. Versus Jack the Ripper et The Testament Sherlock Holmes. Oui, il y en a un que je sais plus c'est lequel qui bug. Ma foi. Bon, vas-y. On en finit avec ça. L'église de Saint-Nicolas, c'est bientôt, dans 2 mois. Le 6 décembre. On est le combien? On est le 3? Oui, on est le 3. Ouais, dans 2 mois pratiquement. Ah putain, j'aurais dû tourner pour aller au yacht. Le yacht. Et tata, comment on écrit yacht? Ah non, je me suis trompé, c'est un bateau. LOL. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu veux qu'on se la donne? Attends, je vais voir s'il y a des trucs à acheter.
Garden statues, swings, and even more.
Ouh,
My goods will
c'est dégueulasse. C'est moche. J'aime bien les balançoires en vrai.
enjoy your purchase.
Voilà le Yacht Club. Salut.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
That's a question I can answer.
Les membres du club de yacht ont indiqué que Paul n'avait pas participé à la course et qu'il l'avait aperçu pour la dernière fois ce matin. Il se trouve peut-être à son atelier au sud du club de yacht. Ok. Ici? Ah.
The champion's whirlpool. Pool's bread and butter.
Ok. Ah, il m'a fait peur, il est con. Allez. Ok. Le whirlpool, c'est ici. Ah, c'est fermé, bah, bien évidemment.
Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Ah. Il y a eu
Where would a
embrouille.
champion hide a key?
Hop là.
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
It should have a warning to cover your ears.
Bravo.
Sails?
Who knew archaeology could be so exciting?
Exciting is certainly a word.
Putain, comment je fais pour rentrer là-dedans? Je peux pas aller, je peux pas aller, pas aller, peux pas aller, peux pas aller, là non plus. Ah. Ok. Ah, ça y est. Des trucs en plus. Ouais, et... qui est rentré là, donc là il y a quelque chose à faire. Peinture ici, ouais, d'accord. Rien. Bah. Ah merde, j'ai plus de piles. Mais ça on sait ça.
I hope Paul is more skilled at yacht.
Voilà, bravo.
Bloodied bandages.
Ok.
To earn big, you have to spend big.
Sale petit escroc de pacotille, tu penses vraiment pouvoir t'insinuer dans ma famille, voler mon argent, abuser de ma fille? Tout cela se termine aujourd'hui, ta soi-disant carrière est finie. Considère ceci comme mon dernier avertissement. Si tu refuses de coopérer, tu te retrouveras dans un sale pétrin. Gilden.
Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty.
Bah alors, Gilden.
An interesting place for a message to a champion. Additional earnings.
Ok.
Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool. One victory after another.
D'accord. Fort bien.
An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these. A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs.
Oh là là.
Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving.
Oui, et ensuite... Ça se fait, ça se fait, ça se fait... Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je foute maintenant? Toujours rien là-dedans? Faut observer, il faut observer quoi. Avec quoi faut l'utiliser ce ticket? On a fini ici. Est-ce que tu sais autre chose?
Help me, please.
I can't help you with that, sir.
Help me, please.
I can't help you with that, sir.
Alors il y a preuve clé obtenue. Je vais devoir changer de manette. Ta gueule toi. Bon, je vais bientôt changer de manette si le stream s'arrête. Pas ma faute.
Have you seen what your father sent to Paul?
This is despicable. My father was never a gentleman, but this crosses the line. I knew that father wasn't fond of Paul, but this is just awful. If only he could have seen how good Paulie is to me.
Ok.
Are you aware that Paul smuggles drugs for a dangerous gang?
Mr. Holmes, I've already told you. I call him a pirate in play. He's not an actual pirate. He's a champion and a brave gentleman, not a thug.
Let us agree to disagree on that. But don't be surprised if one of his clients knocks on your door.
I've nothing to say about this.
A. Swift, is this name familiar to you? Your father had it removed from this plan.
Oh, that's Arthur Swift. I've seen him a couple of times here. He works with my father in the old city, digging up something ancient.
He is an archaeologist?
That's the word, yes. But to be truthful, I really don't think Mr. Swift is fit to be one. I've just learnt a lot about archaeology from my favourite book series. Oh, they are page-turners.
Inspirational, I'm sure, but would you happen to know where this Mr. Swift might be found?
I don't, but perhaps you can find out somewhere. My father's work with him is all official. Lots of boring legal papers with signatures and stuff.
I have to leave you for now.
Le problème, c'est que... Bref, ça c'était sûr. Putain, mais on part en vrille. Mais comment que je peux me renseigner sur ça? Ça je peux. Et ça où? Je sais pas où. Ah putain, y a pas un déplacement plus rapide quelque part? Ah, fait chier. Ah, le jeu vidéo. Ah. Il y a des trucs à faire, mais je vois pas quoi. Y a pas un bookmaker dans le coin? Épinglé, regardez. Ouais. Salut mon grand, tu sais quelque chose? Non, pas vraiment. Ah les gars, salut. Mais bordel! Je sais pas quoi faire.
Bloodied bandages.
Too ordinary a room for a champion. There's no incentive to put in any effort.
Ah là là, c'est pas clair. Je sais pas où aller avec ce truc, ce ticket. pas une entrée là dans le club de Yost?
Are you able to help me?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
I'm not sure I know. Jean, tu peux pas m'aider, connard? Je vais faire de la concentration, mais ouf. Ta gueule, connasse. Il y a rien de... Aussi, il y avait la déportation ici. Je peux pas rentrer là-dedans. Merde. Comment que j'ai fait? Je peux aller à la police? Vas-y, je vais jeter un œil dans la chambre une dernière fois. Même si ça m'étonnerait. Tiens, au passage, je change de manette. À tout de suite. Si jamais ça coupe, hein. Bah non, ça fonctionne. Bravo. Hop là. Ni vu inconnu. Merde, la bouteille d'eau. Putain, j'ai failli baiser la Switch. Je sais pas pourquoi je rentre par là. Il n'y a vraiment rien en fait ici.
I don't have any
bah
thoughts
non.
on this.
And, which part of the elephant is in here? It's quite pungent.
Oh, that. It's elephant sweat. Father believed that it might replace traditional ambergris.
Well, that's true entrepreneur spirit.
It's chilling to think the monster is free.
Ouais, il n'y a rien de particulier. Oh, gros chef bandit. Du coup, on va aller à la police. Putain, je sais pas quoi faire avec les tickets d'autres crétins là. Bah, il est où le poste de police? Il est là.
He's even been putting up.
Are you able to help me?
Nothing I can tell you, sir.
He's
but
even been
others
putting
might
up
know more.
posters, poor man. Losing it may be the death of him.
Yes, really not very happy with them.
He's even been putting up posters, poor man.
D'accord, mais je comprends pas. Non, c'était pas ça, oui. Oh, il y a un truc à faire. Ça doit être une mission secondaire. Ok. Waouh. Voilà. Voilà. C'est peut-être dans le journal. C'est où? Ah, vas-y, je me téléporte, j'ai que ça à foutre. Putain, sérieux? C'est trop... Oh putain. Ça y est, j'arrive plus à avancer. J'arrive plus à avancer. Documents administratifs. Ouais, je les trouve où? Parce qu'il n'y a rien de particulier, hein. Un costume, j'en ai pas besoin. Je sais pas, je suis confus. Examiner un lieu, ok. Épingler cette preuve, utiliser le mode concentration. Ok. Donc on a bien examiné un lieu, concentration et épreuve. Mais quel lieu? Puisque ça, on... Peut-être louper un truc. Bien fait pour ta gueule, tu me rentres pas dedans, connard. Je sais pas où tu t'es cru, mais voici. De toute façon, je peux pas entrer dans le club des Youst.
Is this familiar to you?
I can't help you with that, sir.
Ouais, d'accord. Phobie sociale. Il y a un truc que je dois faire. Mais quoi?
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
Ah. Oh.
Undeniably psychotropes. Not for toothache, I think.
Un truc.
A typical tea tin. I wonder what he has for biscuits.
Oi!
Ah.
Hands off my possessions before you lose your fingers. Are you illiterate? The rules are written everywhere.
Ah, Mr. Perks, the cabin boy himself.
Champion, you mean? I was right. You are illiterate. I think a couple of shiners might teach you. One last chance. Who are you?
Que tu veux qu'on se la donne?
I'm Sherlock Holmes, a friend of our mutual acquaintance, Miss Imogen.
Look, you artichoke. Imogen has no friends. Except for me.
If you must try to insult people, it's better to know the meanings of the words that you're using.
You fancy you could teach a sailor to swear? Go ahead. Show me how inventive you are.
Stand still for a moment.
C'est ça que je voulais enlever. Ok. Il manque un truc. Ah, l'écoute. Paul Perks est une femme se faisant passer pour un homme afin d'accéder à un statut social plus élevé. Elle tire profit des privilèges des hommes pour poursuivre ses ambitions propres. Sa carrière dans les courses de yacht n'est qu'une couverture lui permettant de faire de contrebande pour de nombreux gangs de Cordona. La blessure à son bras est une conséquence des dangereux choix de vie en dépit de son apparence téméraire. Ses liens avec le monde criminel lui causent souvent des problèmes. Toutefois, elle a gagné sa place dans d'autres mondes en tant que Paul. Et je ne vois aucune raison de révéler sa véritable identité. Là, femme pas sans passer pour un homme, elle tire profit des privilèges des hommes pour poursuivre ses ambitions propres. Elle consacre toute son énergie à exceller dans les courses de yacht. Ouais. Ces contusions et blessures qu'elle porte à son bras sont autant de preuves qu'une bravoure de sport périlleux.
I'm impressed by how well a woman can handle a yacht and endure so many hardships on the open sea. The revelation of your nature could well humiliate so many rich men here, not to mention how you have broken the rules. But I understand. You've done this to forge a real career in the sport. But tell me something. Has no one asked you why you don't grow a beard?
Shh! Have you been following me? You better not be wanting to end my career, because I swear you'll regret it if I get outed.
Damn you, Paul. I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat. But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna hurt you.
Mais mange tes morts.
Overcome him, don't rush.
I couldn't miss the party. Dodge this!
No more...
Give him the pepper snuff. The snuff's ready.
Oh merde, il y en a encore. Putain, j'ai voulu Tiba comme un gros porc.
Too simple.
He's all... Give him the pepper snuff.
Don't bother moving.
The snuff's ready.
Oh le fils de chien.
Time to knock this guy out.
Get ready for some pain.
Putain, je vais crever.
I couldn't miss the party. I'm coming for you. I couldn't miss the party. You're dead.
Ouais, ils sont chiants à faire.
Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Fini?
Take a rep.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Ouh. J'en ai tué aucun. Je suis content.
And there's no reward for risking our lives.
Paul's explanation will suffice.
Paul, je sais où tu te caches.
Your fellow mariners have a strange way of showing hospitality.
They were not my friends.
Are you sure? I would rather risk my neck for someone who's at least honest and thankful.
Perhaps then don't enter someone's life and be so judgmental, pretending you're better than they are.
Then give me your perspective and allow me to see through your eyes. What were you doing this morning, Miss Perks?
Don't call me that. I'm a champion. I was sailing.
The other club members told me that you missed the race this morning. Do champions not need to practice?
Ugh, you've talked with them already. No, I wasn't racing. I visited the doctor after that attack on me. And then I had to honor the deal with the bandits you just took care of.
I tried to tell you before, but your partners interrupted. Have you heard the news? Theodore Gilden is dead. Do you have anything to say?
Well, what a shock. To me, he was an angry old ogre. Good riddance. Was it Goliath that killed him? Did it crush him? Break his bones? Come on, Tell me. I want all the details.
You have an unusual way of showing grief. Imogen wouldn't appreciate that. But yes, the animal could have been involved.
It's poetic in a way, isn't it? It takes a beast to kill a monster. I wish I could have been that elephant.
You're asking for trouble with this smuggling business. You'd better leave it before they smuggle you out in a barrel.
Don't patronize me. I've only ever had trouble with law-abiding citizens like Gilden and you, never bandits. So ask me anything you want, and then get out of my sight. I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means.
A charming picture. I've heard that champions do often pose with their trophies.
Cheeky. It is a lovely trophy, though. I'm sure you will agree.
What is it that you like most about her? Her naivety? Her father's money?
A somewhat difficult choice. Especially now that her father is out of the equation.
Imogen doesn't strike me as an industrious young lady, so I find it strange that she was busy packing up all her belongings when Mr. Gilden died. That's some favourable wind in your sails, isn't it?
Is it so suspicious that a couple might embark on a trip? I wanted to thank her, so we planned to go travelling. A Theodore-free place, without elephants.
The timing of it is suspicious, however. Your lady friend becomes an orphan and heir, and there's a planned trip directly afterwards.
An improvised romantic dinner will never please a spoilt girl. A planned voyage might. It's not spur of the moment.
Aïe, 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 aïe.
Does this knife
Le
seem
couteau,
familiar?
c'est vrai.
I didn't find it in your competitor's back, to be clear.
This knife is as blunt as your humor. It's a bosun's knife, but it's not mine. I wouldn't be so careless as to mislay my tools.
What can you tell me about the elephant?
He's smarter than some people here, including his owner. Although I feel he could be dangerous, no matter how much he's fed.
Why is that? Have you ever seen Goliath attack anyone?
Well, not exactly. But I saw it, abusing some poor tree during one of its walks with Theodore. The expression on that old ninny's face was priceless. But it wasn't funny to look at. Believe me, it was frightening.
Ok. Les lettres de menace, c'est vrai. La boîte de fléchettes aussi, c'est vrai.
Box full of darts.
Hey, that's mine.
I confiscated it. These darts appear to be filled with something. Poison? How powerful is it?
It's strychnine. Enough to instantly kill a small rodent. I haven't tried it on a human. Yet. I hope you know what you're doing.
Could it immobilize a larger animal, say, an elephant?
I've never tried, but I have wondered.
La lettre de menace.
It seems as though Theodore Gilden hung a sword of Damocles over your life and career. Were these only words, or something more serious?
Check my forearm. Pulled muscles and bruises. Small cuts. Nothing that you could call serious.
I doubt that a man in his late 50s could wrestle you.
It wasn't him. He behaved like a rat and hired brutes. His boys tried to lock my hands behind my back, but I was faster and I escaped.
Was he so protective of his daughter, or was it your feminine secret that provoked him?
My guess is that he was protecting his property. As he saw it, he owned Imogen, and he treated her like a piece of furniture. He didn't want his daughter to be loved by anyone. What's more painful is that Theodore didn't allow me to love his daughter. Typical.
I'm not sure that your relationship with Imogen could be described as typical.
Are you afraid of a woman in trousers? Now that's typical of men.
Putain, tu mérites des claques dans ta gueule.
You smuggle illicit psychotropes on your yacht. Not a delivery for the hospital, I'm sure.
Of course not. I've had to cut corners to earn some money. How might a person afford to pay for a yacht in an honest way? I don't know, although I'm smart. The buyers are my customers. Adults who are willing to pay for their pleasure, or weapons for jewels. Whatever they want me to deliver. Nothing criminal.
Well, it's your lucky day. I'm not here because of smuggling. Have you tasted this tea yourself?
I wouldn't have been a champion if I had used it. It's just a side business that keeps my career afloat. It's quite expensive to compete in yachting. Sometimes I cut corners.
Such as fixing whirlpool yourself?
Exactly. And sometimes I just have to pay. That's how I earn money. I don't sell slaves or take the last mangear from a poor family. I don't know what this means. I don't know what you're suggesting.
A. Swift. Are you familiar with this name? The gentleman had business with Mr. Gilden.
Likely just another strange and wrinkled fellow like old Gilden was. Perhaps this Swift person has a rhino, and they wanted to see which pet was stronger. In other words, I don't know who he is, but I bet he's crazy like Theodore.
I doubt that Cordona has ever boasted a battle arena for that size of mammal. You have an interesting imagination.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
Okay.
I'm clueless.
Dans le doute,
Between
hein.
yachts, darts, and notes from bandits, I've discovered many fascinating facts about you. But this, an installment of Nabe and Laura's adventures. Why did you sully your library with this?
It's a gift from Imogen. I didn't buy it. I might have turned a couple of pages, but nothing more. I swear.
I will give you the benefit of the doubt, but your literary taste has put you on my blacklist.
7 preuves mises à jour. Ok. Reflet obtenu. Theodore était très enclin à détruire la carrière et le bien-être de Paul, jusqu'à engager des criminels. Paul a peut-être reçu sa blessure au coude en tombant dans le cabanon, sur un cabanon, bien évidemment. Ok. Bon, il me reste ça. Non, ça. Putain. Où c'est que je peux trouver ça? Je vais chercher dans les archives. Mais... j'ai que la police ou le journal. J'ai rien d'autre. Ça c'est embêtant. Déjà pour me TP, il faudrait que je sorte. Ce serait plus un article de journal, je pense. Pour moi, c'est plus ça. Hein.
I'm watching you closely, Mr. Holmes.
Ou soit pour retrouver... Ah, c'est pas clair. Franchement, je sais pas. À moins d'essayer de trouver le nom de savoir où il habite, c'est idiot. Comment je peux le retrouver? Je sais pas, franchement je sais pas. Là, franchement, je sais pas du tout. Non, non, je sais pas. Je sais pas. Je n'ai aucune idée. Alors, on peut pas, je peux pas trouver, il n'y a pas d'indice là quelque part. Ouais, mais putain. Il y a 0 date dessus. Putain, je sais pas. Consultez les archives. Moi, je suis dans la vieille ville, moi, direct. Putain, je sais pas. Faut que je finisse ça et après j'arrête le stream, mais il faudrait que je trouve la solution. Pas un archiviste qui veut m'aider, SVP. Est-ce que c'est des vieilles archives? J'en sais rien. Putain, mais sérieux, frère? Waouh, franchement, j'en ai aucune putain d'idée. Mais sérieux? Elle a une peut-être? Ah, je vais tous les faire, hein. Merde. Je sais pas du tout. Waouh. Merde. Ouais, y a pas. Je sais pas. J'en ai aucune idée. Putain. On a associé et collaboré sur un projet dans la vieille ville. Donc déjà, c'est la vieille ville. Documents administratifs. Je sais pas. Franchement, je sais pas. Je sais pas. Je vais m'aider un petit peu parce que franchement là je suis bloqué. Et franchement là j'en ai aucune putain d'idée. Ok, ça c'est fait, la maison ivoire. On a pris en photo. Ok, ça on a fait. La prothèse, le parfum, les photos. Mhm. Ah, l'hôtel de ville. Putain, mais que j'en savais, ils disent pas. Je croyais que ils pourraient prévenir quand même. C'est où l'hôtel de ville? C'est ça? Non. Elle est où la mairie? Elle est là. Voilà. Putain, faut que j'aille à pied. Non. Kylian Mbappé. Non, je trouve les documents sur lui et après j'arrête. Ah, c'était... Je savais pas. Franchement, j'aurais jamais trouvé si j'avais pas regardé. Comme ça, la prochaine fois, je sais. Je saurai. Eh, quoi, toi, pourquoi tu me pousses? Pousse pas, push pop. Putain, qu'est-ce que c'est vieux ça? Push pop. Ah. Putain, sa mère. Pardon.
Does it look remotely familiar to you?
Should it?
Are you lost?
Oh putain.
Not at all. I'm right where I need to be. I'm Sherlock Holmes, by the way.
Ursula Oni, the chief archivist. How can I help you exactly?
I need to take a look at the history of Cordona and its islanders to retrieve some, hopefully, useful information.
Your brother Mycroft told me that you were direct, and now that we've met, I can see that is true.
Someone in our family has to balance the evasive nature of my brother. Well, may I use the city archives?
You may, of course. But in return, perhaps dinner?
That's a high price to pay for looking at your archives.
I was teasing you. Pay no attention to me.
Ouais, pas la folle. Voilà. Immatriculation de Gilden and Swift Limited. Par autorité du gouvernement de Cordona, cet acte atteste de la création de Gilden and Swift Limited en ce 21 juin 1877. Theodore Gilden est le seul propriétaire et fondateur de l'entreprise susnommée et fournira les finances ainsi que le terrain connu sous la dénomination des abords romains. Arthur Swift est un partenaire fondateur et fournira les finances ainsi que les services en archéologie. Le but premier de cette entreprise est d'organiser des recherches archéologiques au sein des ruines sises à l'intersection de Bazar Road et Arno Street, derrière les fortifications de la vieille ville en Cordona. Le propriétaire sous-signé accepte par la présente de financer les recherches archéologiques en échange de la propriété de tout objet ayant une valeur historique découvert sur les lieux. Le partenaire fondateur sous-signé renonce à tous ses droits de découverte et de propriété des objets trouvés sur les sites archéologiques en échange du droit exclusif à la publication des trouvailles académiques qui y sont liées. Signé Monsieur Theodore Gilden et Monsieur Arthur Swift.
With your love for archives, you would have made the perfect bureaucrat.
Et voilà, et on sauvegarde et je m'arrête là. Au revoir Twitch et YouTube.